Hello and welcome to News. My name is Elsie. We are coming to you live from Foxway. These are the news headlines. There were 2 large spiders on the loose. Sadly, the neighbour's dog Max died. I finally learnt how to ride a bike. Rocky and Jack, my dogs, had a bath. I decorated my window with NHS, rainbows and pictures. My brother and I switched rooms. TikToks have been made. Mum has finally decorated her room. Friday evening, we got a takeaway curry. The nation washed their hands. Those are the headlines. This is the news. Goodbye and stay safe.
Hello everybody, welcome to our first ever live stream to celebrate the creative ideas that everyone at the Lookout Project has been involved in making since October 2019. My name is Honor, I'm 18 and I've just finished Year 13 at Baswick Sixth Form College in Hove, and I'm coming to you live from Sussex. I'm hosting tonight with Victoria.
Hiya.
And Evie.
Hi.
I'm a Lookout mentee and I've worked with Fern Breen Kent, a milliner, that's someone that makes hats, this year as part of the project. But more on that later. Throughout the show, you'll be seeing a range of short clips that will take you on a journey of workshops and trips that the young people took part in, as well as seeing a range of brilliant artworks those involved in the project have created with support from their mentors. For now, I'll hand you over to my co-host, Victoria Melody.
Hello, I am Victoria Melody and I am 42 years old. I am a performance artist and I'm coming to you live from Somerset House in London. Ooh. I've been a mentor on the Lookout Project this year and I have been mentoring Walter, Megan and Molly. Lookout is a group of people who come together to connect young people, artists and businesses through creativity. We think that young people are not getting enough access to the skills they need to make choices to have a creative career. And businesses are generally in need of more creative thinking too. The artists who work with Lookout bridge this gap. If everyone conforms all the time, then nothing ever changes. And this is the spirit in which we share our ideas with you tonight. You can also share your feedback with us live if you tweet at Lookout Brighton. Hashtag Lookout Show 2020, or send us a message on Facebook. You might even get your name and your comment read out live on air. I believe Joe Wicks calls it a shout out. I'm going to hand over to Evie now.
Hello, I'm Evie, I'm 10 and I'm a student at Angleton Primary School and I'm coming live from Hove tonight. You'll meet lots of other people tonight, but Victoria, Honor and I are your live hosts. Get ready to get involved. Do you have your pen, paper and 5 objects ready? You have the chance to become a manga artist and beatboxer, among other things, but for now, sit back and enjoy the work we are going to share with you. First of all, you are going to have the pleasure of some films and photos by Drew, also from Angleton. Over to you, Drew.
Hello, I'm Drew Russell and I'm talking about how I got those pictures. So first of all, how I got the one of all of those houses was since we got a new pool, I set up the ladder and I stood all the way to the top step and held my selfie stick up hoping I would get a good shot. And it actually turned out quite good. Next, after I did the upside down one, and that was not very complicated. All I had to do is put it upside down and take a picture of the dogs. It was fairly easy, so I recommend you have a go. also, after we did the one that was sideways, how I did that, I just held the selfie stick like this, not like this. And it was fairly easy, so yeah, I recommend you do it. Bye.
Hello, my name is Inko. I'm a manga artist, and I met some budding manga artists when I visited Benfield, Blackberry, and in Hangleton Primary School earlier this year. One of those artists who had a great idea to share the manga workshop like this for this event. And thank you, Logan, for this excellent idea. Okay, do you all have pencil and paper ready? Okay, do you want to join me to draw your own manga character? Okay then, let's go. First of all, draw a circle. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. Like this. Then cut the circle into half and a quarter. See, this is character's face. Then we can start draw a character's face outline. Now you can see at the bottom of the circle, I draw a curve here. Then these two lines meet at here. See? Then we can add ears. And just underneath of this horizontal line. Then we can move on to eyebrows. Around the middle of this section, like this. And another section, like this. See? These are character's eyebrows. Then we can draw eyelids. Character's upper eyelids on top of this horizontal line. Then big eyes. Yes, huge. These are looking at you. Then you can add two small circles. These are reflections of light. Then shade, giving a big shade, which darker on top, then started slightly lighter at the bottom. And then one dot for nose, then smiley mouth. Now we can start drawing hair. These are fringe of the character. And then, around the top of the circle, slightly moving upward, around here, then you can draw a circle, like this. So this is an outline of the head. Then, maybe one hair coming out like that. And maybe characters brushing, maybe carrying nice brushy. Yeah, holding like this. And his shoulder comes out like that. Then the character has got round belly and hand. And then two lines coming out. And one horizontal line. Two vertical lines. These are shoes. Okay, well done. That's it. Great job! Now you have created your own manga character. Now you can start a story with the character, or you can coloring it. Here you can see artwork done by Logan and his mentor, Megan. Brilliant. Next you will see more artworks by the primary school students made in February. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the workshop. Bye!
This is Mission Control. The beast is approaching Tokyo Tower. All gun barrels, prepare to fire at the beast. President, Prime Minister, permission to fire at the beast? Permission granted. Good. All gun barrels and tanks and jets, fire at will. First, send in the tanks and the helicopters. The helicopters will fire their machine guns. Tanks, just fire your cannons. Just let's see what we can do to the beast's legs. If this doesn't get accomplished, tell the jets will fire their nuclear detonation bombs at the beast. And if we succeed, we'll have a party with free pizza.
Hiya, how are you all doing? Did you draw a manga character? This is my... There we go, look at that. Well, anyway, it's quite quiet here in Sussex. Not much is happening. I wonder how it is where you are. I've had some great comments on social media, so I'd like to say hello to Vicky, who's watching with her 5 items. Well done, Vicky. Next up, we've got a film by Toby Winterburn and Ed Briggs, sharing sound and light processes they experimented with together to create a collaborative film. It's called Action at a Distance.
Hello,
and welcome to News. My name is Max Elliott. We are here live from Hyde Park Avenue in Hangleton. We are here to deliver some breaking news. Monty is falling asleep on the sofa. My mum is just finishing her coffee. My dad is working upstairs. Now it's time to go outside. My mum has been busy with the washing. My paddling pool needs a clean. I have been growing vegetables so I can see all the pots in the garden. The trampoline has lots of bits of leaves on it. We laid out some cushions on the grass so you can sunbathe. Now let's go to the front of the house. At the front of the house, a bus has just gone past. I can see 2 lampposts that haven't moved for a year. My dad's car is on the drive. It's silver with red seat belts. Not a lot is happening as we live on a quiet street. Goodbye. Thank you for listening to News. See you next time.
Over lockdown, we did a project on News. I was out of my comfort zone being in front of the camera.
Hi, I'm Adam from Big Egg Films and I'm one of the directors here. And a director's role really is getting a writer's words onto the screen with a vision. My favourite moment on the Lookout project was obviously meeting all of my brilliant mentees, but there was one moment when I gave Mabel a piece of green screen and asked her to put it in her garden and get her to convince us that this was some sort of cliff edge. Her trust in the process really comes out in her acting in that scene.
My name's Lucy. I'm a visual artist and educator. I make sculptures for people to play with in my studio and run workshops with children and adults. My favourite moment working with my mentees has been seeing them really excited about trying something new.
My name is Robert Louis. I run a record label called True Thoughts, which means I work with artists to help release their music. My favourite moment of working with my mentees was when we recorded a radio show together.
Hi, I'm Anne and I'm a dance artist and creative practitioner. My favourite moment of working with my mentees was when we eventually got to meet on Zoom and they were able to show and tell me all the brilliant things that they've been up to.
My name is Charlotte and I work in marketing and producing as a freelancer. I help to develop ideas, reach new audiences and help put shows together for arts or creative organisations. One of my favourite moments of working with my mentees this year has been finding out about their individual interests.
Hello, my name's Reefa. I'm a business coach, which means I help people make more money and have more fun at work. And I enjoyed taking my mentee over to see managers and DJs who work for radio station Platform B.
My name is Joe and I'm a music producer, guitarist and DJ, and one of my favourite moments of working with my mentees was when Hugh presented me with a film idea that he'd been imagining and we started recording the Foley and sound effects.
My name's Sahela. I'm a playwright and screenwriter. The best thing about working with my mentees has been finding out what stories they find exciting and inspiring.
Hello, my name's Fern Breen Kent. I'm a milliner. I make hats for burlesque and drag and historical reenactment. My most exciting and wonderful moment was to find out that Honor had got into her Brighton Arts Foundation.
My name's Megan. I produce television programmes, live events and podcasts. One of my favourite moments has been when my mentee Logan taught me how to draw manga style.
My name is Joe, I'm a computational artist. My favourite moment of working with my mentees was when I first saw their incredible Pokemon cards. It was clear how much time and effort had gone into this fantastic artwork.
I hope you're enjoying the show so far. I am, and we've been getting some great tweets. We shout out to Basvic Media, who are watching their ex-student Honor, smashing it. Well done, Honor. And thank you to Big Egg Films, who said, "What a show so far. Amazing homegrown talent." How right you are, Big Egg. So we just heard from some of the mentors who have been working with the young people across the year, and we heard about their favourite moments. We've all had to adapt to new ways of working together over lockdown. Instead of seeing our mentees face to face, we've been seeing them through Zoom, WhatsApp, even been sending things through the post. I've been working with my mentees, Megan and Molly, and we've been sending postcards to one another. This one's from Molly saying, "I hope you're okay," which is very sweet. And on the back is a view from her window, which is lovely. Next, we have some visual art, some theatre and storytelling for you, including some of Evie's work, the other co-host, and a story written and read by Sophia Moulton. Year 5 student Lexi will tell us more.
Hello. Now we are going to share the work of visual artists Lucy Cran, Albie and Evie. And there's another chance for you to get involved. Have you got your 5 objects ready? Okay, but first, can you make a dance with only your hand? Go on, try. Here's Lucy's hand dancing with Albie's clay sculptures. How's your hand dance going? Are your fingers aching yet? Here's some of Evie's clay sculptures to look at while you get your objects together. Lovely, aren't they? Okay, have you got your objects? Now, can you make something at home like this? Or this? Can you build a tower with your objects? Have you made your sculpture? Are you happy with it? Can you take a photo or a short film of it? Can you film it in 360 degrees? Here's a sculpture Albie made earlier. Everyday objects can be our inspiration for making things. The question is, are artworks ever really finished? What do you think? I think they can always be something else.
Hello, I'm Mabel, I'm 18 years old and I've just finished Year 13 at Basvic. In January this year, the Basvic mentees were given the opportunity to go and see internationally renowned theatre company 1927. In this incredible production, we saw how they were able to combine live performance, music and animation. It left us intrigued and entertained, weirded out in the most amazing way possible. Some of our mentees even said that the production stories reminded them of stories that their grandparents had once told to them. After this, we had another brilliant opportunity of workshopping with the theatre company. We learnt about all the different components needed to make a production and how they're brought together. We also learnt about how the animations are mapped through projectors, and some of us learnt about new instruments that we'd never even heard of. Now we're going to show you the trailer to this production, and we're also going to show you photos from our workshop taken by Rosie Powell. During the photos, Sophia Moulton is going to be telling you a story, and it was helped by Suhaila El-Bushra.
A long time ago. And yet, perhaps it wasn't such a very long time ago. at the woods, but they could not.
Under the sycamore tree. A sycamore tree stands, blessed with the ability to grant wishes, with roots as old as time latched into the realms of both the living and the dead. The ancient bark curls and peels with each wish, its true alabaster skin unveiled, camouflaged against the moss green and mottled brown. The sycamore's desire is to grant enough wishes to return to its former glowing glory. For many years it has peacefully permitted only the purest of wishes. But one day things change. Under the sycamore tree, a wishing well is placed. By who, the tree has no idea. There is something amiss with this wishing well, a sinister motive lurking behind its gold-lined bricks. It lures travellers in to confess their deepest desires, allowing even the most impure wishes to come true. A festering jealousy begins to grow within the tree, for the well is stealing its chance to wish. So the tree makes a deal with the well. Little does it know of the curse slowly leaching inside it. Instead of shedding its burdensome bark, its silvery skin slips away, rotting with every desire it allows. Soon enough, a fey princess weeps under the shade of the sycamore tree. Pools of light seep down her face, pooling on her silken dress. She wishes for her fallen prince. The leaves rustle with a dark chuckle, and the branches twist up in a fearsome smile. She soon stands, but her dress snags on a root. Gasping, she desperately tugs at her skirts, realizing too late the tree's insidious intent. Up and up he rises, her fallen prince. An ebbing mist swirls before her, creating his mangled form. Her mouth drops open in a ghastly scream. "He is not my prince!" Frantically she runs. A quiet voice whispers, "Oh, but he is." The roots and branches snake around her ankles and arms, constricting and squeezing until she stills, her face contorted in silent terror and pain. Reeling her in, the branches dip into the well, allowing it to swallow her whole. The price of love is sacrifice. Her wailing is heard evermore under the shade of the sycamore. Whispers soon spread of an old sycamore tree, cursing all those who cross it. But no one speaks of the dreaded well, who with its enchanting murmurs poisons the naive tree. One day, a little girl wanders up to the tree, the spirits of the previous victims whispering around her. Seemingly immune to the beckoning well, she clambers up the tree, weeping softly onto its exposed bark. The tree hisses and creaks, but it cannot reach her. The bark stretches and groans, forming a frown, but its anger soon dissipates into a bone-deep sorrow. The little girl places a kiss against a twisted branch, which unfurls and stretches with a stream of golden light. A suspended figure appears, with beautiful milk-white hair cascading around her. Her age-old eyes are mesmerized by this small saviour. She bows her head, taking the hand of another floating figure, this one a man, both portraying pointed ears. He smiles thankfully at the little girl, and together they drift into the air surrounding her. Two beacons of light, the Fey Princess and her fallen prince. More figures emerge, all victims of the malevolent well, until the well itself crumbles and falls, sinking into the ground, defeated. All the while the tree shudders and cracks, revealing its mighty form, layered in brilliant velvet silver, shining like the brightest star. Before it withers and fades, freed from its earthbound bonds, it sighs gratefully and smiles lovingly at this child, who is bestowed with a powerful gift, the gift of giving even when the world has taken so much from her. Contented, the tree wanes until it is but a sycamore seed, spiralling and drifting away in the dying light of day. But what, may you ask, happened to the little girl? That secret remains, forevermore, under the sycamore tree.
Hi, I'm Amelia. I'm 10 years old and I go to Hangleton Primary School. You are now going to see a couple of very short films by Harley and Miles about their hopes for the future.
Hello, how are you all doing? I'm still live from Hove. Are you enjoying the show? I am. My favourite bit so far has been looking at mine and Albie's visual artworks. Did you make your sculpture from your 5 objects? Remember, you can keep making them throughout the show. We would love to see a picture of what you've made, so don't forget to tweet us at #LookoutShow2020. Next, we have a real treat for you. Dougal and Michael worked with their mentor, Joe McAllister, to make their very own Pokemon cards. Joe is going to read some words written by Dougal, and you'll see images from both Michael and Dougal. Here we go.
Here's a message from Dougal. Hi, I'm Dougal, and I'm going to talk about my Pokemon Clay remakes. My first one is called Rainbow Wall. My second one is called Triple Trouble. The third one is called Brown Blob. These are my favourites out of all of my creations. I spent lots of time thinking about what I wanted them to look like and how I could use the different colours in them. I loved creating these, as Pokemon are my favourite things and I love to model. I have really enjoyed making them and doing all the lookout things with Joe.
Hi everyone, we're about halfway through now. Are you enjoying it? I am. I just had a message through from Andy and Becky. They are loving the news sections, and they said that these young people are obviously the news reporter legends of the future. So that's good, isn't it? Next, I'm going to introduce you to the work of Honor, who's one of the co-hosts with Evie and I. She has made this, there she is, up there. Oh, actually, no, up there. She has made an amazing costume. Wait till you see it. She's been making it with her mentor Fern, and you're about to get an insight in how they made it together. You'll also hear a clip from Lookout Radio with Tyler and Rob Louis.
You're listening to Lookout with Tyler. This is Lookout Radio with Tyler and Rob Lewis.
This song is called Check It by Jay Felix on True Thoughts.
and I'm 10. I'm coming live from Hangleton. You saw my film and selfie stick photos at the beginning of the show. I hope you liked them. Next, I'm going to show you a special film made by Big Egg Films, which is a virtual tour of Theatre Royal in Brighton. We were supposed to go there as a trip in March, but instead Adam from Big Egg made us this film. It shows a tour of the theatre when the older students went there before, when they saw a show by Pilot Theatre back in February. Have a look at this virtual tour and then maybe you can visit yourself once it is open again.
Hi again. Just been looking at some of the comments we've been getting on social media, mainly Twitter, so well done to Ella, who sent in her sculpture, and hello to Flick Ferdinando, who says they are loving the show already, gorgeous, as well as another hello to Holly Gold, who is watching at home. Next up, you'll be hearing some more from the News team, plus Amelia will be sharing images of her beautiful origami, along with a very exciting talent show. We also have a real sneaky treat for you. In November, Conrad Murray from BAC's Beatbox Academy visited Benfield, Brackenbury and Hangleton primary schools. At Hangleton, he even managed to get one of the teachers involved. Here's Mr. Mel and Conrad busting some beats.
Yo, ready? 3, 2, 1, hit it!
I enjoyed beatboxing a lot. We learnt how to make different music sounds with our mouth. It was funny seeing the teachers do it.
Hello and welcome back. Today I'm interviewing my wonderful mum. We'll be talking about her job. Okay, so Mum, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, really good. So, do you enjoy your job?
I do, I love my job.
Oh, that's amazing because everybody needs to enjoy their job. What do you do?
I work for the Martlets. So the Martlets is a hospice and the Martlets own a care agency called Martlets Care, and I'm the supervisor at Martlets Care.
Oh, that's good to know. Why did you choose your job in the first place? Like, why?
I went into care work originally because I love looking after people. And it fitted in really well around me having my children, and then when my children were at school I could do full-time hours, so I went into the office.
If you had a choice, I don't think they will hear this, but who's your favourite person you've looked after in the years?
Oh wow, I've had lots of not favourites but favourites. Everyone has a really lovely character, and the older people are very interesting.
So basically
everyone's my favourite. Yeah.
Alright. Is it hard when you work? Is your work hard?
It can be hard, yeah, it can be difficult, my job, but I still love it.
Yeah. Does it feel like they're part of your family when sadly an old person passes away?
It can do, yeah. You can be quite attached to people that you've looked after for many years, or spoken to on the phone, so yeah, you can become quite attached. But
is it fun in the office?
It is fun in the office, yes. We have lots of laughs and we eat lots of cake.
Wow, what types of cake?
Usually Belgian buns.
Oh, yum. Has any of the Marlets Care people ever got a lot of sugar rush after the cake?
Yes, we all have a bit of a sugar rush after the cakes and chocolate that we eat in the office.
Now I wish that I was part of your team. Well, thank you for coming. Goodbye. This is News. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Making origami takes a long time. There are lots of different folds that you can't see when it's finished. Making the rose was really complicated, but it's my mum's favourite. There was lots of curling and swirling and pinches and twists. I made lots of butterflies and taught my little sister how to make one. I made hearts from every colour that I had, so I created a rainbow. We decorated the house with red, white and blue ones for VE Day. My origami stop motion film took a long time. I started off by making a seahorse. Then I thought that I could do an underwater scene and got the idea of a dance competition. I attached a thread to my seahorse to make it move. It was tricky doing all the roles myself, being the director, photographer, moving things about, stopping the dog from eating them, and the wind blowing things. Then I asked my mum for help, which made it easier. I started off in the greenhouse, which was too hot, then the sandpit, which was too breezy, and finally the trampoline, which worked.
Welcome to Sea Life's Got Talent. First up, we've got the octopus twins. The twins are heading over to see what the judges have to say about their dance. Tilly Turtle gives them a high score of 10 points. Tommy Turtle gives them another high score of 9 points. They both said that their choreography was amazing. Next up on the stage, we've got Coral Crab. Let's see what the judges have to say about her dance. Tommy Turtle gave her 10 points, Tilly gave her 9. They said they loved her Egyptian theme. Let's welcome to our stage Sally Seahorse. The judges have finally made their decision on who they wanted to win the competition. The winner is... both of you. We couldn't choose. We loved both of your dances equally. Thank you so much for watching. The end.
Hi, I'm Walter. I'm 18 years old and I've just finished year 13. I'd like to introduce you to some of the work that Mabel's been doing with her mentor Adam. They worked on filming a scene from Our Day Out by Willie Russell. It was all filmed in Mabel's back garden in Brighton, using a green screen to create the cliff drop. Mabel even managed to rope in her younger brother to play Mr. Briggs. Thanks, Archie. You'll be seeing a bit more of me later on, but for now, over to you, Mabel.
Hello, I'm Mabel, and here is the footage of the scene from Our Day Out that I created with Adam Sheldon. In this scene, my character Amy is admiring the beauty of the countryside, wishing she could stay here forever instead of going back to the council estate where she lives. We gave the 1977 drama a modern twist by me using my iPhone to record footage of the view during the scene. This all took place in my back garden with a green screen to create the effect of me sitting on a cliff. Due to COVID-19 restrictions, we couldn't have Adam the director in the same place as us. And so instead, we had him on Zoom with my laptop placed on top of a table with the camera positioned in front of the laptop so that he could see what was being filmed. While it was an amazing experience to see what we could do with a very limited setup and using technology, it also was very frustrating at times to not have Adam in the same place as us to properly explain what he wanted. However, we are all incredibly pleased with the end result considering the circumstances. I hope you enjoy the images from the scenes and some of the process too.
Hello, it's me again. I'm having such a good time here in Hove. What a fab mix of artwork we're seeing. And there's more in store. We have a real treat coming up for you now, but I'm not going to say any more, so I'll give the game away. But you already have better got your voices warmed up. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Yo, my name's Conrad Murray. I'm the artistic director of the BAC Beatbox Academy. I came down last November and I worked with loads of students. We did some beatboxing. I visited Hangleton, big up Benfield, big up Brackenbury people. I worked with 120 young people, year fives, 120 year fives over the time that I was working there. Hi to you guys if I saw you. I hope you've all been continued to learn your beatboxing and try all of your different sounds. You may have seen in the video one of the teachers beatboxing, throwing it down in a video. So what we're gonna do now is all of us right now, we're gonna learn some beatboxing sounds and we're gonna beatbox together. Okay, I want you all to repeat after me. Boom, tea, ka. Boom, tea, kla. Okay, we're going to turn boom, tea, kla into... Okay, we're going to start off with the boom. We're not going to say boom anymore. We're going to take the and we're going to put it off. And we're just going to go... Great, that's our first sound, our kick drum sound. Let's move swiftly on. We said boom, tea, clap. We're going to move on to the T, but we're no longer drinking large cups of English tea. We're taking the E off, and we're going to go. Great, let's put our two sounds together. Okay, we're going to beatbox together, all you guys out there. On to our last sound, we said kla. We're going to take the a off, but we're going to go. Okay, so let's put our three sounds together now. Repeat after me. Can you go? Yo, did you do it? You know, I think you did it perfectly down there in the front. Okay, shout outs to Lookout. Shout outs to all you guys from the workshops and all the new people taking part in today's workshop. I've been Conrad. Big up your bad selves.
Sports news now, and today was the opening of the Stay-at-Home Olympics. First, the contestants took part in nose typing.
In the sport, they all had a go at typing a short sentence using their noses. The player with the fastest time won. In second place came Heidi with 40 seconds, and in joint first place came both Clara and Dad with 34 seconds. The second sport was imaginary volleyball. Imaginary volleyball is just like real volleyball, but there is no ball and no net. You use an imaginary ball. Points are awarded for how convincing your imaginary volleyball moves are. Sadly, in this sport, one of the players hurt their thumb on the ball, so the game was cancelled and they skipped to the next sport. The third sport was competitive bird watching. The players found a window and set a timer for 3 minutes. Then when a player spotted a bird, they pointed at the bird and shouted, "Bird!" And that bird is now theirs. The person with the most birds at the end wins. Clara was clearly the winner for this sport, with too many birds to count. Dad wasn't very good at this at all. Now the fourth and final sport, beanbag ball. In this sport, the players started at the starting line with a big football balanced on a small tennis racket in one of their hands, and they ran or walked as fast as they could to the other end of the garden where Little Ted was sitting. Then Little Ted gave them a beanbag to balance on their head while going back to the starting line. If they dropped to the ball or the beanbag, they had to take 2 big steps back. Once they had reached the starting line, they had to try and get the beanbag off of their heads into a bowl without using their hands. If the beanbag didn't go in the bowl, they had to go back to the line and try again. The first person to get the beanbag in the bowl won. The players played a few times and they each got at least 1 win. They all had a packet of mini cheddars to celebrate. And that's the end of the sports report. Goodbye.
Oh, I remember that year, when there was the lockdown, that virus, and we all had to stay inside. I don't really need these, it's just for the aesthetic. 30th of March, 2020. Today I was told to keep a diary, so this is it. We do not know what will happen, when this will end. The only thing that is certain is uncertainty, and that I will be wearing a dressing gown all day for the foreseeable future. 31st of March. I went on a walk this morning. Everybody keeps their social distance, like every other passerby is a zombie. One lady stood away from me and then shouted, "Nothing personal," at me. Everything takes a slower pace than before. I remember when I used to have to get up early for college. Seventh of April. They say love thy neighbour, but sometimes, in times of lockdown, that can be difficult. Well, I suppose I was as much trouble to him. Kathy cut my hair today. That was quite a risk, but at least I'm still here to tell the tale. Oh look, there's some more about my neighbour. At 8 p.m. every Thursday, we, the nation, applaud from our homes for the NHS. the closest thing there is to a live event. I got the tambourine to make some extra noise. Tony, our neighbour, told us this made us middle class. What's been the best part of lockdown?
Not commuting, not having to go to London on the train. Spending time at home.
More likes on Instagram. Sorry.
If you could have been locked down anywhere, where would it be?
Oh, this has been.
This is the place.
Yeah.
No, I can't read that out loud. 20th of April. A blurred day. A patchwork of unimportant things happened. When will this end? (11th of May). While all the experiences, stresses, pleasure and pain of ordinary life have been flattened into non-existence, emotions jump from high to low all the time. Well, at least I had good company. (12th of June). Current obsession, Golden Age Hollywood films. All this being locked up and hiding away from a virus makes you wish you could escape to another time. What a strange year 2020 was. I'd completely forgotten about it. No one's talked about that quarantine thing for ages now. I'm going to find something more interesting to read.
In December last year, all 30 of the Year 5 mentees visited our friends at Phoenix Art Space in Brighton. We learnt about printmaking and visited a range of different artist studios. We got to look and talk about the exhibition of printmaking, do some printing ourselves, as well as making pottery, visiting a puppeteer, a basket maker and some visual artists. It really was amazing. Have you ever been to Phoenix? It's right in the centre of Brighton and offers lots of free activities for young people and their families, as well as supporting over 100 artists in their studios. I'd really recommend it.
We went to the Phoenix Art Centre. It was amazing, so cool. There was a lot of funny artwork that inspired me.
Got some more shout outs from Twitter and Facebook, so thank you all for sending in your manga art. Well done to Claire, Graham and Gemma, who have all been drawing during the show and post them on Twitter. Well done. And another shout out to Dawn, who says, fabulous, go Evie. Well, looks like we're coming to the end now, but before we say goodbye, there are a couple more treats we have for you. Throughout the show, you've been listening to the News Reporters Club. This is a project by artists Andy Field and Becky Darlington. Over 5 days in May, each Year 5 student from all 3 primary schools were given the opportunity to become news reporters as part of this international art project. You've just heard some of the budding journalists tonight. There are more over on the Lookout Brighton SoundCloud channel. Finally, this evening, we want to share with you a presentation Mabel did as part of a Zoom meeting with over 50 local arts and cultural workers and the 3 local MPs, Caroline Lucas, Peter Carl and Lloyd Russell Moyle. This contributed to a speech Caroline Lucas made in the House of Commons earlier in June about the need for the government to support the creative arts and the creative industries in this time. Well done to Mabel.
Hello, I'm Mabel and I am a mentee at the Lookout Project. I'm also currently in Year 13, about to leave college, and I need support in helping me to decide what to do next and how to do it. The creative practitioners I have met through Lookout are helping me to do this. Lookout Brighton is a startup company connecting artists, young people and businesses through creativity. Because of existing project grants from Arts Council England and Brighton and Hove City Council that last until the end of July 2020, we have found ourselves reimagining our programme of one-to-one mentoring with professional adult artists and young people aged 9 to 18 years old. Yesterday, we saw the launch of Take the Temperature National Youth Trend Report on understanding the impact of coronavirus on young people aged 11 to 25 in the UK. Over 1,800 people were involved in the research. The report finds that there is huge disparity in young people's current experience of their education. 65% of young people said they were worried about their mental health in light of COVID-19, compared to the national picture of only 20%. 58% of respondents have said that COVID-19 have left them unsure about their futures. Schools are craving resources that young people can do at home. Creative industries can help this. We've already seen how creatives can galvanise in this area. The report recommends policymakers, employers, educators and businesses need to engage with, listen to and address young people directly. We feel like our concerns and questions have gone unanswered. Central government needs to establish a National Young Persons Response Unit, a cross-sector and a cross-issue body bringing together third sector organisations, public sector policymakers and DCMS's Youth Steering Panel. Thank you.
I was very struck when Mabel was talking because I agree with every word that she said, but the thing that was so striking for me was that we shouldn't have to wait for a crisis before we do every single thing that she said. You know, we should be doing this in ordinary times. What we have is a crisis that presents us with an opportunity to get people to rethink, because a lot will change after this. But if we are imaginative and we speak with clarity, we can start shaping the post-crisis world, and the creative sector is going to be absolutely essential to that.
I think Mabel gave such a powerful testimony to the importance of ensuring that young people are at the heart of the recovery, because you know, my heart goes out to young people who are just at the stage where you are now, looking to the future, and we've got to ensure that your voices are heard loudest in terms of how we do shape this building back better, and how we make sure that that your voices are heard.
Finally, we end with tomorrow's headlines. In 1 year's time, our house will be finished. No more builders. In 2 years' time, Mum will drop something and break it. She'll probably do that today as well. In 5 years' time, I will belly flop into some water. In 10 years' time, aliens will come to Earth and eat all the Jaffa cakes. In 20 years' time, the roof of the house will blow away and the builders will have to come back again. In 50 years' time, there will be no cars on the street outside. Everyone will travel using a jetpack. In 100 years' time, I will be 110 and will probably start getting smaller. In 1,000 years' time, there will be a different boss animal in charge of planet Earth. Humans will be in zoos and the new boss animal will stare at us. In 10,000 years' time, a meteor crashes into Earth and all of our colour will change around. The sky will be red, the sea will be orange, the grass will be purple and bananas will be blue. In 1,000,000 years' time, the world won't be round anymore. It will be a cube. And that's all of tomorrow's headlines. Thank you for listening. My name is Clara. Good night.
Last shout out of the night is from Suhaila, who said, yes, Sophia, such a talented writer. And well done to 6-year-old Linus, who is beatboxing all over the house now. Well, that's it. That's the end of the night. Thank you so much for watching and for taking part. Lookout is a not-for-profit company, and these are challenging times for us all. But there are ways that you can help us to continue to offer the work that we do for free to those who need it most. After the show, we're going to send you a feedback form. And we're going to email that to you, and it would be great if you could fill that out, because it really does help us to tell the funders and partners about the important work that we do. Over to you, Evie.
If you're able to offer a donation to help us keep the work we do free forever for all our participants, get a pen and write down our website, projectlookout.org, and donate now. In these times, anything you can offer will help us, as we don't expect a bean as times are tough.
And finally, you can join our mailing list, follow us on social media, and tell people about what we do. We are always looking to connect with new young people, artists, and local businesses. Log on to projectlookout.org or follow @LookoutBrighton on our socials. And that's it from all of us. Thank you so much for taking part. To see us out, I'm handing over to Rob, Louis, and Flo from Wavy Radio. Thank you and good night.
Bye.
Bye and good night.
This is Lookout Radio, and I'm Rob Louis, and I'm with Flo.
This is Wavy Radio with Flo.
You're listening to Wavy Radio with Flo and Rob Louis.
Hope you are enjoying Wavy Radio with Flo. This next song is Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy by Tchaikovsky.